Three little words. Help me understand. Three words I want to talk about today. In this time of crisis, of great stress and anxiety, one of the things that may happen to us is we may engage in conflict avoidance in the workplace. The last thing we want to do is get into a dispute with a colleague about what the right thing to do is, and maybe we'll shy away from what could be actually a useful, productive debate. When we're not sure what to do, we're facing a lot of ambiguity, we need high levels of critical thinking. We need the ability to engage in thoughtful give and take. Candid and constructive dialogue is essential to making good decisions in times of uncertainty. So we don't want to avoid conflict. We want to engage in that debate. But we have to be careful. One of the things that can happen to us when we begin to debate with colleagues is that we're in pure advocacy mode. We're advocating our point of view. We're telling people what we think and why we think it. But to engage in constructive conflict, we have to spend just as much, if not more time, trying to understand others' points of view and their perspectives, rather than simply pronouncing our own. Help me understand. Right? Trying to gain an understanding of what they think and why they think it. To do that, we have to engage in inquiry. Inquiry is all about asking questions, not telling others simply what we think and why we think it. When we ask those questions, we can say things like, why do you think that? What's your rationale? What are your assumptions? But that can be kind of accusatory and can put others on the defensive. So these three words, help me understand, much more constructive, right? Because you're saying, hey, the burden's on me. You've articulated your point of view, but I haven't done a very good job perhaps of comprehending your thinking. So help me understand that, right? And by doing that, it's very disarming. It can really help others articulate their rationale to you. Once each side begins to understand why they think what they do, we can begin to have a much deeper, richer dialogue and debate. It can be much more constructive, but also it can engage the team in a much higher level of critical thinking. And that's what we need all the more of today. We need more options on the table. We need more probing of assumptions, more uncovering of hidden risks as we cope with high stress and anxiety and unpredictability in our external environment. So let's go out and let's not just worry about whether others understand us. Let's try to understand them. Let's not shy away from conflict. Let's embrace the notion that debate can help us in the most difficult of times in making high-stakes decisions in the face of ambiguity.